What's going on, everybody? CaptainRoBear and crew here for Galaadluuran, episode 6. We're back.
Yeet.
Here we go.
What's up, everybody?
Missed you guys.
Oh,
I was about to
who's
say,
here?
everyone's here. We were starting to think you were an AI and you weren't real, and the AI messed up.
Who's the new person?
Yeah, who's this new red-haired hottie?
No longer a battery symbol. You were here.
No.
Good to have you back, Quirk.
Good to be back, guys.
Somehow, Zero, you have found a way to sink even lower inside your... It's okay. I won't bug you. I know you. Hey, you adjust to whatever you need to be comfortable. I will adjust for you, my friend. Don't you worry. Things you have to worry about when you have a majestic beard, you know? I just have to frame you up. It's all good.
Yeah, it's like half of me is my beard, you know.
Yup. Who's got big announcements they want to let the community know about before we start playing? Anything you guys want to share?
Baldur's Gate 3 Game of the Year. Let's go.
Woohoo!
D&D for life.
The Highland performance at the Game Awards was incredible. If people have not seen it,
Highly recommend catching the end of their U.S. tour. It's a experience.
it's unreal. It's unreal.
It's really good. You should see it. Like, I don't even know. Like, it's not a concert. It's a 2.5 hour ritual. Just go check it out. It's awesome.
There's no other word to describe it other than ritual.
It's so cool. Yeah, over here, I have one big announcement to let everyone know. I will be at MagFest in January now. I have my first panel and like my 6th and 7th. My lawyer booked me on a ton of panels. So super exciting. Good old resume patters. But yeah, I will be at MagFest in the greater DC area. I believe it's in Maryland at National Harbor. So I will be there the 17th, 18th, 19th. No, I got that wrong. Where's my calendar? I should never be allowed to say dates unless I'm looking at it.
MagFest is the 18th to the 21st.
Yes, 18th, 19th, and 20th. I'll be there. Ta-da! It's not on the 21st. Well, maybe you know what? I should
it's Thursday to Sunday.
Thursday to Sunday. Okay, so I have this right. Yes, I know I have hotel rooms the 18th, 19th. So bada bing. Good deal. Yeah. So if you're out and about, I will be there, and it's all tabletop panels. So they're trying to get into the space hardcore. So when I get all the panels that I'm on, I will post them. Right now, I've been told there's just a ton. So that's my new news. Looking at our schedule here, we will be coming up on the 17th. Who all here? Are we gonna have Galaadluuran on Sunday again next week?
I'm down.
Everybody still good? Oh, you're off? Are you off on? Are you off on the 16th too?
He is.
Yes, but I have a work Christmas party that night.
No worries. 17th then. We'll try for extra hours on the 17th with everybody available. 40 you're off too?
I am.
Yes. Oh my God, it's starting again.
Oh my God. Everyone on cameras. Shoot. Take 2. Lights are hot. Take 2. Yeah, I'll see how late that Christmas party is supposed to go till, because if it only goes till like 8 o'clock, and if you want to start after that, that's up to you.
Nah, don't worry about it. I'm only it's Saturday. I'm looking at we do it, it's because of extra hours, and normally we can't anyway because 40's at work. So that's a thread the needle kind of deal. But extra hours on Sunday, cakes and pies. Love it.
Oh yeah.
We need to pick up where we left off. As you guys fought an interdimensional turkey for a couple of weeks while we had a very under the weather Quirk. But we need to really reminisce about Galaadluuran. Now everyone under their thumb, with the leases to the penthouses at the Silver Vale all now controlled by this entity of which you have not met, only marked by the green and gold cages that those fey creatures were in that were released in the shipwreck in the arbor. Still holding the grudge against the fey vampire Dresden for throwing you in real dangerous and deadly combat inside the party at the Silver Vale. You guys have gone about to try to cash your check and receive your monies for being put in said danger. However, you encountered Cranach Regilis and a strange turkey the last couple of secessions, which you succeeded in combat. Headed back to the Silver Vale to take a much needed nap. After that combat, we will pick back up in your rooms with the whole party. That means Constitution saving throws for everyone, which are fortitudes here.
Gotta remember how to open my character sheet.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a big deal, but the roll log on the screen has a bunch of people that are not in this game.
Yes.
That's hilarious. It's
Interlopers over there. Just saying.
It's
Like,
totally not this game.
who are these people?
That's
not me.
that is awesome.
Fortitude. How do you roll this? I click here. There we go.
Fortitude.
Let's get into the right server, shall we?
Yes.
Starting on strong.
That is
Caleb.
awesome.
Caleb drank that alcohol potion.
Who really got it?
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
The brothers are truly booked.
We're just gonna average those out. We both got a 10.
Spoken like the true older brother.
Package deal. Package deal. Thunder Buddies for life.
Here we go.
I almost started singing it, but then I remembered the rule.
Yeah. That song would put us over the quota real quick.
Real quick. Real quick.
What you're saying is that song is Bife in song format.
If you're gonna get a nat 1 on a roll, this is the roll you nat 1, by the way, in this game. Yeah, sleeping a little late.
I probably won't blow myself up.
You might crap your pants, but that's about it.
As I roll off the bed onto my potion and explode.
Kelwraith, you're the first one up at the Silver Vale. How do you start your morning after your encounter?
Kelwraith is going to get up, and he's going to basically just kind of like the previous morning. He's going to head back down to the chapel to make his morning prayer.
All right, with that nat 20, I am going to award you advantage on the next time that you use your godless internal healing.
Okay. Love it. That's a good one.
As you set out and spend that extra time while everyone else is sleeping, still trying to attune to yourself. Next person who's up, Kazul. You find yourself inside of your suite, waking up from the morning.
Do these suites have balconies?
Damn right they do.
Okay.
Sweet would it be?
So, we're gonna say this is with his nat 20, probably the ass crack is on. So he's gonna go out on the balcony and just kind of meditate and listen to the morning insect sounds, the crickets.
Go ahead and roll perception check.
You got it. Character sheet. Boom.
$25. There is a different song that echoes through Galaadluuran, separate from the song of the swamp. But it's also not just a new area. It's an odd combination of insects that seem to be both fey and from different areas, as this tends to be a mixing pot style town since it travels from place to place. It resembles a unique song. Right now, a little bit more fayish than anything else, since that is where Galaadluuran is currently positioned.
Okay.
Within the material realm. In this case, I want you to roll your spell attack. Actually, no. I don't want spell attack. I want your nature. $15. You can't quite grasp it, but there's different properties to the insects that dwell in this area. Maybe with a little bit of increased study, you'll be able to understand it more. Next person up. Ezra has walked out over the balcony, seeing Kazul Lion King over the sounds of the insects and taking everything in. He looks over to his left. Bloody loud. He closes his balcony and goes back in, already clutching a mimosa from room service that was served at some point in time during the afternoon nap. I'm not waiting any longer, he says to himself as he goes over, and he doesn't even knock. He starts like younger brother kicking your door, Mara. Will you please wake up? God, you've been sleeping forever. Just continuing to kick at your door.
Mara just opens the door with a book in her hand. I'm awake.
Well, we could have used you when the teleporter broke and there was a giant turkey running around. It's so stupid, I don't even want to talk about it. And you can see Ezra is just busted up. His clothing has some odd jelly stains on it. I'm still waiting on dry cleaning.
Did no one bother knocking on my door yesterday morning? I've simply been reading.
We did!
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I was kind of lost in the latest edition of Minotaur Weekly, and it's fascinating.
I don't even want to know. But please.
Missing out.
No, what I'm missing out on is having you and the rest of your party because they're too inept to keep me clean.
You do look a fright. I'm sorry.
Kumo's gun jammed.
He's so great with handling his barrel. What happened?
I don't know, but it was awful.
Jeez. Hopefully he gets lubricated and back up and running.
with the monkey, I will say this, despite being completely inept for 99% of the time, he did get the killing blow. So maybe it's a turning of the corner. If you could mentor him, I don't think he knows as much martial arts as I think it's really all of a ruse, but it's gone from funny to deadly. So if you could, some words of encouragement to the other 99%, it would be amazing, because he's not the tank that you are, sweetheart.
No, but thank you. I will speak with him. I mean, he has a lot of potential.
Oh, potential. Like the scariest creature that's in the party, Kazul, where it looks like it's big bad and is going to do something, and then it doesn't? I get it. At least
perhaps
Kelwraith can heal people when he believes in himself. I still haven't figured out what he's trying to worship, but it's... surprise, surprise! And Caleb hits some people with his potions again, so watch your back.
Wait, he hit us?
Of course. Why wouldn't he?
Oh, God.
His limp-wristed throwing style isn't quite antiquated to the Fae yet.
Yeah, you gotta firm up your grip. Like, I think
he's trying to throw like a curveball or something.
Oh.
Maybe if we shorten the stems down on his potions, maybe that's... Or he needs to grip at the handle. Maybe it just needs some more experience.
Maybe, yeah, kind of like a little hand axe.
Well, good luck with that mustache and mullet. It's not happening for me.
No. Ugh.
They did fine. They did fine. I shouldn't be such a hater, but they are really awful without you.
You're making me blush, Ezra. Did you bring back leftovers? You said you fought a turkey?
Disgusting gravy blood. I don't even think about it. I don't want to eat turkey for the rest of the month.
Understandable.
It disappeared anyway. I killed it, and then it was like the jelly took over. It was disgusting. But they do still need help cashing a check, and I did lead them into a corrupted portal, so I do feel somewhat responsible, but they're adventurers. Come on, they should be prepared for things like this. What if they just stumbled upon the Fae on their own without me? The rest of the party would be dead. Shouldn't be so bleak. And Kelwraith did tell me, though, that I should look more into the fates on myself. And I have to say, he's not wrong.
It's a great idea.
Most of the time, I try to look to see what everyone else is doing. That involves getting my hands dirty, and it's a lot of dry cleaning. Maybe, I don't know. He's a strange fellow.
Yeah. We all are in our own way.
Yeah, they're particularly strange, even for the Fae, I'll be honest. They are waking up, and by the way, when I say waking up, that means this is the second time today. That's how long you've been away. We've literally got up for the morning. This is mid-afternoon. I'm drinking... If someone caught me drinking mimosas after 4 o'clock, I'd be punished.
Secret's safe with me.
Good. But please, bring your axe to breakfast. I feel more comfortable with it.
So do I, but yes. And Mara goes and grabs her axe and follows Ezra out.
Good, you look like a bad bitch with it anyway.
I know, right?
Us walking in the halls about the time that we see Kelwraith making his way back towards the suites. On 2-a-days, are we?
Well, I had to give thanks for our victory, albeit it was a close one. And Mara, you've chose to bless us this day with your presence.
She's been tucked away reading Minotaur smut. Don't let her lie to you.
Minotaur smut. I didn't take you as the type.
I mean,
Ezra laughs and goes inside.
How are you feeling? Everything okay?
Feel great. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, you wouldn't believe what happened on page 264. I just. Oh my gosh. They were at a party and they locked eyes across the room. And Desdemona said to Archelion, "You are the only Minotaur for me. A minute at a time."
Oh my
And then they
God,
embraced.
this throne of horns is quite captivating. Ezra has the.
It does sound
No,
vaguely entertaining, I guess.
oh, it's great. I finished it. You're more than happy to borrow it. I'm sorry that I missed out on what seemed quite the foul experience.
Oh, wow. I get what you just said. That hurts. Yeah, Ezra was gonna bring us to a bank, and apparently, the portal that he chose had some kind of fey turkey.
It's not my
that wanted
fault
to
that the
eat us.
infrastructure's shit around here.
He seems to know his way around well, but this place is a mystery still to me. But I have found a place here in the chapel where I can have a quiet moment to focus myself.
It's good.
And I know you were upset when I didn't make that fight the other evening. I was not quite myself then, but I feel like I'm starting to get a grasp on things again.
Glad to hear. And I apologize because it seems that I now kind of followed in your footsteps unintentionally.
Indeed you did.
If you had only knocked louder. Oh, Desdemona, though. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I believe you took a guest to your room last I saw you, and I wasn't going to be the one to come knocking.
Did anyone get his name? That doesn't matter.
Don't believe so. But
I don't think
we
anyone
still
would
do
wanna
need to get to this bank, so after the turkey incident, I think everyone wanted to lie down for a minute.
Ew.
Caleb kind of blew himself up with a faulty crossbow, and Sayun had a rough go of it. His luck wasn't with him. In the end, he came through, though.
Well, that's good. Maybe we do go cash that check. See if anyone needs anything to improve. Maybe find some hands-on training.
Caleb.
I think it's more mental training with him. It just needs to sort a few things out.
Some confidence.
Yeah, he spoke of a loss at a tournament that seemed to have shook him pretty deeply, and made him question himself a bit. So, with the right guidance and confidence boost, I think he'll be right as rain.
I'll speak with him.
Thank you.
Thank you, Calraith.
Well, I'm gonna go see what's in the kitchen for lunch, because I'm famished after this turkey trot.
As am I. Oh my gosh, page 475? Just, don't know how I made it through.
I ordered the full prime rib. I don't want to see anything foul either. Quite disgusted on it in the moment. Caleb, describe yourself in what matter of disarray you are in this hotel bed. I want to channel just the worst possible hangover you've ever woke up on top of the sheets, with the possibility of your alchemical supplies splayed around you.
First thing, if you were to walk in, the first thing you see is he's just laid out on the bed. There's no clothes. He's got his shirt wrapped around his hand. It looks like he dumped some of his frost potion into the shirt and wrapped it up around his burnt hand to try to ease the pain a little bit. The rest of the, there's bottles tipped over. There's there's a little fire burning underneath the bed from some spillage. But he is not awake, face down, head actually buried underneath of the pillow.
Radio Mang style, the full cocoon.
Yes.
Which, by the way, if you've never seen it, it's disturbing. It literally looks like he's trying to end himself via pillows and cushions. He sleeps like 7 blankets deep. Like, I don't even know how oxygen is getting underneath there, but it's how he burrows to save himself from cats, significant others, and children.
I too am a pillow sleeper. I have walls on both sides of me made of pillows when I sleep. My wife, she hates it that I basically sleep in a pillow coffin like fucking Dracula, man. I have like 7 or 8 pillows around me and like a fortress.
Yeah, it's not good for you.
Love a pillow fort.
You guys need a CPAP underneath that, all right? Like a direct flow of oxygen.
Oh my God.
Maybe like a reed or something. Get some fresh air underneath there. Just your hot. I don't even think about sleeping with either of your hot breath. Just, ugh.
Bro, like sometimes you like an extra pillow and you put it on your chest. You just have it on top of you. It's not a blanket, but it's just extra weight. I don't know. It's like burying myself.
You just can't sleep without your sleep paralysis demon.
Just get a weighted blanket.
Under the mattress.
Whichever way I roll over, there needs to be a pillow there. Like I need to be able to put a leg up on a pillow that way. Underneath my legs when I'm sleeping. It's basically I sleep on a pile of pillows.
So you can be in a constant state of imagining that Rhea Ripley's sitting on you. I get it. By the way, we're all there. We're all there.
Hey, in mommy we trust.
This is your daily ad from GoPro.
Yeah, man. One
brought to you by Drake.
One mention of mommy and Drake had to get out of.
Well, time to
You guys
go.
killed my camera. I don't know what you guys did talking about mommy, but man, Rhea Ripley must have came in and grabbed my freaking cable or something.
He let it happen. He didn't even fight it.
Your radio said they can't accept who we are.
Hey, my wife hates it. She's like, I can't even cuddle with you. I couldn't touch you if I wanted to. 'Cause I'm in a box. Like I hate sleeping under the
pregnancy pillow.
No, well, I just like pillows, so I just keep buying more. And like the long ones are good for the sides, but then I gotta have like a separate one slightly higher on the side that like I can move under an arm if I need to. It's very, very complicated system.
We need to get you January and On's body pillow that he has of himself. It's an anime version with a trident and like a speedo. I
just heard about a tiefling tail pillow. We're gonna send him or something.
Oh yeah, that tiefling tail pillow. You'll be able to put that in all sorts of ways.
Oh my. Where were we?
So yeah, the last thing you would notice is that in that frozen hand grasped, he's got the check. He ain't letting go of the check. It's kind of frosted over in his hand, like.
Is your door open? Did you leave the door open?
You know what? Yeah, the door's probably cracked open.
Dark
I
naked.
probably didn't remember to
Doors
shut it. I didn't lock it for sure. I mean,
Someone want to check on Caleb? He's the only one we haven't seen since we got back, and he is the one with the check after all.
Yeah, his room's down this way, I believe. I'll go make sure he's okay. As I approach the open door and see this scene, oh my,
and as soon as you make a noise, Caleb is actually a light sleeper. He pops up like, oh my god, and he throws a vial at you, but it's an empty vial. He just grabbed one off the nightstand and chucked it. Whoa, stay back.
Roll the hit.
Sure. Works.
Nothing like a naked man throwing things at you first thing in the morning.
One GTA trailer and Black Ops is back to being feral.
We'll just roll that one.
Oh, that's a miss. I'm gonna duck out of the way. Caleb, what are you doing? Put some clothes on. There's ladies.
Yeah, I look down like, oh. Oh, man, I think I accidentally drank the potion of shrinking. It's usually a big one. He grabs his pants.
Roll a deception roll with that, please.
I have to roll something.
Perception against it, yeah.
Perception.
This may be the most important contested roll the entire day.
Team truth.
God, Caleb, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, definitely looks like it's effective. I wouldn't drink that one before a date. Why would you have a potion that does that?
Well, I mean,
before you answer, put a towel on.
He grabs like the little washcloth, holds it in front of him. Typically, you drink it to shrink. You know, I think I must have just spilled some on just this part. Yeah.
Drink the potion to shrink you. Okay, so then you just
Like if you wanted to be smaller.
yes, and you accidentally spilled some on your
I think I just I think I spilled it on
manhood there. Oh, okay.
You
Well,
you look, his left hand looks really small too.
Just-
I don't know what happened. Anyway,
yeah. Why don't you
Thanks,
get
Logan.
yourself fixed up? Ezra was talking about us trying this bank trip again once you get sorted out. By the way, Mara's up, and if she walks by, she's probably going to laugh out loud. You might want to
maybe close.
I heard my name.
maybe there's
Hello.
Oh, Caleb, did you wake up?
Standing there with the little washcloth in front of himself. Yeah, I'm fine. Nothing to see here. Good to see you're awake.
Thanks.
You missed out on turkey.
I heard. I don't want to know, and just walks away.
that would have been the
in
time
this room.
to spill a potion of everlasting expansion. By the way, but I'll leave you to it.
I'm gonna wash this off.
Why is everyone in here? What's going on in this room? Like,
You
Like midway across the room, walking toward the bathroom. Oh, you too. Everybody. Let's show and tell now.
That's what a door is for. You close it and lock it, and you don't have these issues.
I don't even remember coming back to the room.
That there's quite a few things you don't remember that happened in this room within the last few hours.
So that last healing potion I had, I must have mixed something wrong.
are you trying to light yourself or your bed on fire? Why is there a fire underneath there?
I look down. Caleb, there's a fire under your bed.
So he drops on all fours and just is,
Whoa!
up in the air, trying to slap
Oh.
the fire out. Oh, goodness.
Normally you have to pay for that kind of show. I'll see you guys in the main
Yep,
room. I'm
lunch.
Good.
I'm not sure I'm hungry anymore, but
Oh, it's out. I got it.
at that point, I've walked away from your room.
I go shut my door and get dressed for the day.
anyone else doing anything in the morning, or well, afternoon hours? The prime rib has arrived with horseradish and something that seems a lot like Arby's sauce and Western dressing. It's strange. I don't know. Some Sister Schubert style rolls on the side, but for the most part, it is a giant 1.5 inch thick cut prime rib roast. Perfect medium rare. There's a little bit of melted Swiss cheese to the side if you so desire, and some dank ass balsamic vinegar roasted asparagus over to the side.
I must say, Ezra, I've dined in the halls of heaven itself, and I can say that the food service here rivals. That's impressive.
The Silver Veil does not fuck around.
Clearly they do not. As he'll sit down and get himself a nice old hunk.
Much like Las Vegas, the entire city-state of Galaadluuran thoroughly enjoys itself between its teleportational methods and absorbing all of the world's best food, culinary spices, and imports on its schedule. So there's almost any kind of culinary delight style available within this city. Silver Veil being pretty much your Four Seasons style of service, being able to do almost anything. Well, we can all thank that to there's Galarum now. I'm certainly not holding myself back from ordering room service now that our mysterious patron, if you can say that, is taking care of things. That will have to be addressed at some point in time. There's no free lunch in Galaadluuran.
It's not going to stop me from eating it.
By no means. Yes, he slaps, and there's some red wine comes out, a couple of different kind of dryish red blends, and some Sandyman style port wine as well. And can't forget our aperitif, no? Anything else would be uncivilized.
As you say that, Sayun looks somewhat dejected and has not touched a single thing on his plate.
Oh shit, we forgot. We forgot to wake you up, Sayun. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He looks at everyone. He goes to sit down. He stops. And he looks out past the door and he sees a piece of grass outside under a tree. I'll be right back. And he takes his now wrapped branch again, as the bow staff's not out anymore. And you see him walk out to the grass, and he lays the cloth out and opens it as he begins to pray over it. And I am going to play a Mind's Eye card.
Ooh.
Take it away, good sir.
As Sayun looks down, there's a mountain on the inside of the cloth. And he takes very good care of the branch. And he starts to think about a time as he looks up to the trees. And he starts remembering a time whenever he was a tiny Venara, swinging from a branch on his tail. Man, this is great! And he hears a noise from the distance. Soon, it's time. Coming, Grandpa. Is it time for training again? Yes. It's always time for training. I don't wanna. It's always train. Learn how to fight. Learn how to do your body. Control your mind. Why can't I just have fun? Fun? You're Venara. Your entire life is fun. You have to focus. You have to realize what you're here for. This again? Yes, this again. Now listen, as you see the cloth that the branch is wrapped in, his grandpa breaks it out. But as he rolls it, there is a piece of paper inside of it, a scroll, and he opens it. In the beginning, there was Ragda, and in the center of the universe is the mountain of Bahimu. Ragda looks over all Venara, all his progeny, and life is supposed to be full of merriment, joy, experience laughter, and bond with others regardless of station. But with joy comes sorrow, as Ragda sits alone on the mountain. Now? Why'd I tell you this, Sayun? I don't know, Grandpa. You always tell me this, but I know that he's the head of all Venara. He made my people. What does that mean about me? There's a saying, Sayun. There's always a reincarnation of Ragda. And you can always tell by the markings on each young Venara. I don't have any markings. No, you don't. But this does. And he lays down the same branch that Sayun keeps inside that cloth. And as Sayun snaps out of it from the prayer, Ragda, I just wish I knew why you gave me this. I'll tend to it. I don't know why you gave me this, but I'll make sure everyone's happy. As he wraps the branch back up and he comes in, he sits down and looks at everyone else at the table. How come no one woke me up?
Ezra stares into his prime rib.
All right, I get it. I get it. I messed up.
You did not mess up. You had the killing blow.
Yeah. I don't know if they told you, Mara, but I'm not you. I don't want to be you, though. I'm saying.
Would hope not.
But we need you. We do.
Need you, Sayun. You do all.
Thank you.
Protocol
Sayun tries to use his tail to steal the prime rib from in front of Ezra's plate without him seeing it.
You son of a bitch. Just while this is happening in Ezra's own thoughts, it would be so much easier if he was just unlikable. Oh, you thieving. I'm gonna roll disadvantage because he's in thought when you come in. Oh, Once again, don't need to go looking for perception. It's on the front. Oh,
I
no.
see how it is. I see how
That's
it
some
is.
sneaky dice. Okay.
We can't see this.
We don't
I'm-
know.
But I'm not on sneak. I'm on public.
It's weird.
Okay, let's switch it back. Here, I can at least reveal it to everybody. I got a 1.
Oh no.
Nat 1. You take that prime rib cleanly from my plate. I have only I haven't even got to the heart yet. I've just ate a couple of pieces of the crust for that extra bit of saltiness with the sweet of the end of my mimosa. Such a likable little. I do not notice.
By the time you turn around, Sayun's already got a napkin dapping his lips.
So, did you bother to chew that?
Did you?
Huh?
How much of it have you eaten already before I turned my head?
Oh, he scarfed it down.
He like unhinged his jaw.
That's incredibly unhealthy. You realize? Whatever, it's between you and the WC now. Seriously, chew? Oh, that's disgusting.
No, I could eat another one.
He looks down at the little monkey fur that's in the au jus. Here's your plate. I go to carve myself off a piece. Please. If you could leave mine alone next time. Ingrate.
Love you too, Ezra.
Maybe he is a little bitch after all. Wish he was that proficient when he was in battle.
I do too. I do too.
As Kazul's walking by, he's gonna try to snag your new piece with his hair. He has grappling hair that can do it.
Everyone here is disgusting. I'm gonna go check on Kumo. He's not. Hopefully he's fixed his gun. I grabbed the entire bottle of port. And I with my little coattails, I believe without my dry cleaning, I look a lot like the older sister in the Golden Girls. Like there's always like kind of a nightgownish like look to like the tails. It's like I definitely leave like a bereft when I exit the room. It's got to be a scene, a little bit of extra hip movement in there. But I would definitely say with my but I would say my leather, I still have my like knee level leather boots on still, but everything else has been ruined. I go to start beating on Kumo's door. Have you fixed that thing yet?
I'm working on it. Kumo opened the door. Behind him on the table is just the entire gun is taken completely apart. There's just all the parts are spread out on a mat there.
Sweet Lathander Christ.
Oh, it's fine. It just needs cleaning. I use those random rounds from the down in the battle pit, and who knows where they found them. I think they're just random.
Doesn't look fine to me.
Gunpowder mix. Oh, this just take a few moments to get back together. This is just perfectly normal. I do this almost every day. I should probably do it every day. My parents would be mad at me if I didn't do it every day.
Good
It'll be
God.
fine.
Huh. Well, we have prime rib next door, and two animals
Show
are
that
eating
was
with their
happening one door down.
extremities. It's kind of gross, but there is still food left back there. Hopefully, Gazool doesn't have to rot it first before he eats it. It seems like he has to do that to everything else, and it's quite disgusting. And if I have to see those worms crawl through that prime rib before he eats it, I'm going to vomit.
Prime rib? Oh, yes.
Full prime rib
touche.
roast if
I'll be
the
right there.
animals haven't ate it yet. And I
I'll
don't
just
say
finish
that because
this
I'm
up.
racist. I say that because it's the character type.
Yeah. No, I
Just
had
wanna make
stop
that clear.
when I just had to stop a little bit ago because Caleb was putting on a show next door, so I just had to stop and check out what all the noise was about. But I was almost done. I'll just finish this up, and I'll be right in there.
Good. Anyone doing anything else over our very early dinner? Well, get yourselves ready. We're going to go and cash this check finally.
Mara, you're coming with this time. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Hopefully I can get a new book while we're out. I've heard that the Elven Lords of Dravendale is quite spicy.
There's plenty of choices here. There's no shortage on literature, or really any goods, to be truthful. After this is all done, I'll be honest, I wasn't really expecting to have company for this long. I really thought that we'd probably peak at the party at the Silver Veil, but we really should go grab a drink and discuss this, Eris Galarum issue that we have.
I do say that's probably a good idea. I don't like the idea of being under someone's thumb.
It's not good.
The perks are nice, but
They
No.
come with a price. They always do.
yeah.
Indeed. Caleb, please tell me that you didn't burn the check as well as your mattress.
No, the check is right here. It's still in his hand.
Incredible, really. Well, pack your things. For God's sake, get a coffee or something. You're all rather drear. For once, I'd rather hear Sayun speak than the rest of you. God.
What?
We carried bacon to a portal, and a large turkey appeared. Looking at Mara.
Yeah?
Took bacon with you?
Bacon in a cup.
Yeah.
Speak up, Kumo. I can barely hear you.
Well, after being, shown what's for by a bunch of jelly and a freaking turkey the size of a house, it's kind of hard to want to get back up and start the day over halfway through the day.
Oh, quit being a bitch just because your gun broke.
It was just the big one. The little one still worked just fine.
The little one is what got awkward jelly all over me. Ugh. Oh, I need to check on my dry cleaning. I'll be right back. Not going out like this.
Oh, Caleb was telling me about that the other day, and I said, "Why are all those things hanging up in the closet?" He was telling me that people go and clean your outfits for you. Thank you, Caleb, for informing me of that. I never had to do that before. I always had to wash my own clothes. Rocks and rivers.
Could be of assistance.
Sayun has never
Someone
smelt
does
so
it for
good.
you.
Yeah.
I'm a monkey. I throw shit. Yeah.
There's these little bits of sand. Oh my God. It exfoliates. It's unbelievable. I've had 17 layers of dead skin for so long. I just thought I always, when I used a towel to dry off, would shed layers of skin, but now I don't.
It's an extra form of armor.
the true uncrustable. Ezra returns with his full outfit in tow, but you also notice that he has a weapon on his side. A very, very large sword. Almost claymore-ish in nature. That he has to have. It's big enough to where he has to have it shouldered over his back.
Sayun immediately walks over to Mara and just nudges her. Mara,
Yeah?
do you see that?
Just turns towards Ezra and her jaw drops and she's just...
I know.
I know what you're thinking. It's in case Mara needs another weapon. Let's be honest here.
You got that for me?
Let's just put it this way. After fighting a turkey, I trust nothing. So I saw your axe go flying a couple of times, just in case. It was my father's. Yes, it's normally an ornament, but hopefully, if it needs to be, it could be of use someday.
It needs to be. It needs to be.
And it's beautiful. Like, her hand is just kind of reaching out towards it. And like,
he will levitate it from off of his back and extend it flying as it is his animated weapon, and slides it over to your hand. Not breaking a wrist.
no. This was your father's?
Indeed.
Must have been quite the warrior.
There are some runes on the hilt that are particularly Fayish in nature that you see on it. It's got a very immaculate wrapped handle. It's very gothic in style, but then there's these very interesting runes, and it is a silvered blade.
Ezra, do you know what these runes say? This is beautiful.
Well, the runes are a bit of an after attachment. As you can see, it's kind of a blend of both worlds of Victorian Gothic, and then these were added on later for various protections inside the Fae. You can never really be too careful.
Yeah.
And it is
It's
a
really...
prevention from being charmed.
It is a most impressive blade.
Takes a step back and is kind of going through motions with the blade just to see how it feels.
I like your style. I'll remember that. All right. Yes, you will retrieve the blade back when you are done in your martial stances, as it will float back in and change, and you can see it. It actually disappears.
Wow.
Don't want that thing weighing me down the entire time. That's what pocket dimensions were for. Oh, as he stretches. As he probably has an extra, 15 pounds of jewelry on himself in the first place between a level of Kid Rock rings, necklaces, and everything else. Let's go find that other portal, shall we?
Lead the way. Caleb, you've got the check still. Everyone's
Check.
ready to go.
Absolutely.
Does it have to be a portal? The last one was not great.
Maybe just don't take bacon with you.
I don't believe the bacon was the modifier and such things, but
Why chance
Sometimes-
the fates?
shit just happens in the Fae, and you have to accept it.
Maybe we should bring prime rib and see what happens.
Maybe you'll find out what happens with a Minotaur in real life before you know it. Gather, let's go. As you guys make an uneventful trip through the cobblestone this time to another lit portal, this time going towards the east. As you all exit the Silver Veil, you can see several markings of basically rerouting folks from taking the portal on the other side that city crews are already tending to, and there's a bunch of people cleaning the moss off the ruins and like trying to take care of like some well deferred maintenance to make sure everything is working right. There are wheelbarrows of folks chucking aqua jelly in it and like going to dispose. Just nasty.
I'll give thanks that that's not my job.
As you guys are able to locate the teleporter to the east. This time, staring back at it, I will be the first to go. As Ezra walks up onto the platform and they align themselves. And he vamps out with no fanfare.
No jelly.
No
Yep,
jam.
good enough for me.
Think,
Saying just
think
walks
of the
on.
bank.
Do we just think of the bank? Do you say it?
He didn't really give us directions on how to use this thing.
Maybe
It
it's
vamps back up. What are you waiting for? It's a one-way teleporter. It's like an elevator. It is an elevator with accelerated. Where do you all come from?
So it only
it
brings
only
you
goes
one place?
one place.
It's not like it's a
Whoa.
room of requirement. You don't just. God, you read too much fantasy. Please, it's just a device. But to happen to get messed up, it's. See, the runes are clean over here.
Bad experiences can leave a foul taste in your mouth.
If you say anymore, you really will direct everyone the fact that you're from teleport over country. Please, come on. It's
Just
all
walk
of you.
through Mara walks through.
Kumo shuts his eyes and walks in.
You really do remind me. One time there was a gentleman that was telling me about a place called Ohio, and as we vamp. Opening up your eyes to an area adjacent. So literally the portals inside Galaadluuran either take you clockwise or counterclockwise. So with us heading over to the east, now we're officially going counterclockwise around Galaadluuran. They literally only take you to the place adjacent. So if you just think of it, no matter what, Silver Vale is always at the dead south of Galaadluuran. When we're going from there, we're always a bubble up. And sometime I'll draw this wonderful map for you guys that will then be taken care of by someone much more talented than me.
The napkin in the diner.
As you stare out in front of you into one of those, I'm going to describe this, and it requires going through some smaller towns, but it's an area where you know that the largest industry in that small town is the bank that owns everything. So the only thing that's bigger than the one church that's there is the giant brick downtown bank with massive columns that literally funds the entire place. Like there's no one that even has a peep outside of a car loan or a business loan that doesn't come from this institution that's in this tiny, tiny town. And the columns go up. It has that little bit of Greek Dionysus style flair to it. There's all these little bits and bobs of different scenes that are carved out, little creatures that are running around with large jugs of wine, little winged kind of imps and satyrs going all across of it. It's one of those where you could look at the front of this building for hours and not see all the different, almost fable-like tales that are being told that are etched in. It looks like a very ancient institution, and one that is very, very wealthy and arcane. Welcome to the Bank of Galaadluuran.
Very impressive. Say it's been here for a while.
Well, let's just put it this way. If you're looking to hide money somewhere inside the material planes, there's a good chance that you put it here first.
Teleporting city would make a little bit harder for the authorities to find it, I guess.
Not to mention the authorities not having any authority where they're at.
Well, I'm gonna turn around to the portal and see if Caleb came through with the check or he bailed on us.
He has run off with your check. No, he has come through the portal. Well, that was quite something. First he looks at, oh good, the check came with us. He walks up to the teller. It's pretty simple.
We are still outside. We haven't even made our way
that
in.
was the guy outside that said welcome. Oh.
No, that's
All right.
That was Ezra.
Oh, that was Ezra. My bad.
I know it can be indistinguishable between the assholes and Galaadluuran.
Everyone sounds like a schmuck here.
It's my upbringing to always have a little bit of elvish asshole in me. I'm sorry. It's the dwarf in me. As Ezra leads you guys to the opening of the massive Mediterranean-style door that leads in. It's almost 3 stories. As it makes that automatic creak opening up.
Good thing it's automatic. I don't think we'd be able to move it, save for Mara.
That's where the arcane comes in, my friend. As you all stare out into a massive institution.
That's not the only thing that's massive right now. That is beautiful.
Doors opening up. As a servant that comes out, dressed in a very, very fine tuxedo with coattails. Smaller in stature, appears to be a halfling with a immaculate southern swoop style comb over. Almost too good to be true, like Lego helmet hair. It's not a Pat Riley slick back by any means, but it's darker with a little bit of salt and pepper that's through it, and a small bit of spectacles on the front end of his nose. Appears to be a seasoned veteran. Welcome to the Bank of Galaadluuran. Do you have an appointment today?
I have a check to cash. Was unaware we would need an appointment.
Yes, we don't have an appointment, but we do have a rather large check to take care of, if you can see. Caleb, please pass it this way.
Sit over.
By the way, my name is Mr. Smythe. I can take care of you here. Oh. All right, we'll take care of this quickly. If you don't mind, you can take a seat here on the front lobby. Please do help yourselves to the refreshments. This is a rather large withdrawal, so would you be interested in opening an account today?
What does that do?
What does that do? Well, obviously, insurances upon deposits. It's being a rather large one. Not all individuals like to carry that much on them in case, well, you know how adventuring goes. To be held safely here, up to 250,000 gold pieces insured per account. And we do have other options if you're interested in making Galaadluuran a more long-term place for your investments.
I think that's actually a pretty good idea.
As long as you're staying in Galaadluuran, there are several places of easy withdrawal. You don't even have to come to the bank. Most of, if not all of the civilized businesses here have a place to withdraw. So it all depends on the rest of you. I certainly have my own account, and this is not my monies to deal with, so this is up to you.
What do you say, Mr. Caleb?
We have a whole lot of money to put in the bank. I figured we'd probably end up spending this fairly quick. I don't know what kind of return we get on the deposit. How are the interest rates looking?
Yeah.
Is it a high yield?
That all depends on your level of deposit. And what's the size on this one?
1,500.
1,500. Yielding accounts are for 5,000 gold pieces and higher. But I'm sure as an adventuring party, that's something you could easily achieve.
Exactly, roll it up in the future.
I think you might have been right, Zero. I think it was 2,500. I guessed. Because we got the bonus. Or whatever. We got the bonus money.
Yeah.
Look, you're already halfway there.
I think it was 750,000.
I mean, hold on. Let me just double check.
If you want to go off the notes say 1,200 in check and 4,000 that we need to get from the pit somehow.
I don't know if we
Hey, Caleb got 5 extra gold for a sleep potion.
Yeah, he made a couple gold.
I'll be honest, I can't remember. It's been too long. I'd have to go back and watch the
I just
episode.
have the 1,200 in my notes.
Yeah, that's
I think it
why
was 1,200, and then you talked about extra money from the betting that went on, and then I think we just incorporated it onto the top of that check for sake of brevity. So I think it was like 2,500.
It is 5,200 if you include the pit money.
Well, I don't know if we did all 4,000. I thought Cap kind of didn't scale it back, but just had said that like the amount of money that we would take the rake of certain parts of the betting, but you don't get it all. And I think he just made it to 2,500 to be total on just the check itself.
I think it was performance based on the betting. So we'll go across. I'll go back and watch it here later to make sure you guys aren't screwed. We'll go ahead and we'll split the difference and put 20. We'll put 2,500 in there, and then if you need to get more, we'll put more in.
The kind of pig noises. Oh, I have that in my notes too.
The disgusting individual. So Smythe looks back. Opening account.
Might as well invest.
I mean, are we gonna have a joint account with 6 people on it? You're gonna have to open a corporation at this point.
It sounds safe to me. I always take the safe for it.
That's no sweat off my back if it's in an account.
How about this? Go ahead and make a small withdrawal for the rest of you. Put 100 gold pieces in all of your pocket and start ourselves an account with a little bonus, shall we? As an adventuring party, we'll deposit an extra 100. Leave 2,000 in the account. Would this be unacceptable? Ezra looks back and goes, it's literally free money. It's
Exactly.
300 gold. Sounds like a pretty good deal.
Let's go for it. It's the worst that
Excellent.
could happen in a bank that disappears.
I'll come back
You're
with the
looking for
paperwork for your
opportunity.
signatures. Please do enjoy the offerings. As he opens up these 2 side doors and disappears with a massive sneeze. Oh, God. And shuts this door behind him. What are you watching?
What are you
Sayun.
doing?
Sayun was looking for those little bowls of mints that they usually have in businesses.
Dude,
And
it's
Pens and mints.
Sayud, when you enter in, not only are there giant bowls of Andes mints, there are the large puff peppermints that dissolve easily. There's essentially a Mr. Bulky's inside this joint of any style candy that you could think of by scoop. There are all the flavors of Jelly Bellies. There are the incredible sugar crusted oranges. There's an entire selection of different Twizzler flavors over on one side. Anything that you can think of in a style of confectionery, it is there. There are fresh macaroons, all decorated with green and gold, with the seal of the Bank of Galaadluuran on it. There's also beverages that line the wall between fresh custard, eggnog, whole milks, a giant thing of oat milk that you can see is actually strained through a combination of fresh steel cut oats and actual, it looks like fruity pebbles that's on the inside of it. So it's created this just crazy cereal milk style concoction.
Hey Kumo, why are there chocolate-covered crickets?
Oh, some people really enjoy those.
As soon as you say that, Sayun goes straight for it. Chocolate and bugs sold.
Just remember, some people eat things that you hold dear. It doesn't make them any different, other than what they eat.
Well, those are fairly dead crickets, I would think.
Yeah, they are. You want one? They're good. As you hear him crunch into one of them. As he
No.
actually extends one out for you to try.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. There's other stuff too. Look. Sayun's in heaven right now.
As you guys tend to your snacks, Smythe comes back in through the side door. I've gathered your paperwork here. What would you like the name of this account to be?
We haven't really put much thought into what this group is, have we?
They called us something at that fight thing that we had. I don't remember what they called us though. Wasn't paying
Merry
attention.
Band of Miscreants. That's what you are.
That's
Yeah,
Thing.
that
not
one.
sure. Is that the title we wish to go by?
Well, why wouldn't
These-
me, Mr. Calwraith?
Miscreants is not really an overly how would I say this? It's not really the best way to. It's kind of an insult.
Well, what does it mean?
Well,
Dirt chicken?
we'll let you think about it some time. Maybe you'll need to switch it. MBM Incorporated. He slams a stamp on the top of it.
MBM.
It's all right. It's just a corporation name. They're always something silly anyway. As he goes around and gathers signatures from everyone in MBM Incorporated.
MBM. MBM. Well, if we don't like it, miscreants, why don't we just become Mara's Band of Merrymen?
I
Could be taken the wrong way.
really like the sound of that. It's catchy.
It's like a rock band.
Yeah, Gem and the Holograms, move over.
Smythe comes back and delivers everyone a very Galaadluuran style crown royal bag. It is the green velour with gold lining on either side, as you guys all get 100 gold coins within the pouch, and you also get a coin of Galaadluuran. This coin is all you'll need. You can present this to any vendor inside the city or one of the automatonic machines and get what you need. Please do not lose the coin. It is a 5 gold replacement if you lose it. He hands it out to everyone.
Oh, fancy. This bag is a very nice bag.
Thank you. I can see you've enjoyed the refreshments. If there's anything else that we need, if you'd like to talk about an interest account when you come back with more deposits, I would be more than welcome. Smythe hands his card out over to you, Caleb, and to the rest. Please, feel free.
Thank
Enjoy
you for
your time in Galaadluuran.
What's this today, sir?
You're most welcome.
Kumo will reach out to shake Smythe's hand, and he'll have a gold piece in his hand to shake hands and hand it over to him as a tip.
Thank you, but I cannot receive. Your deposits are more than enough. Thank you.
It's appreciated.
And in return, he hands you a sour apple sucker. Sorry, it's just the old ways. It's just, it never gets old.
I used to love those as a kid.
Dude, who didn't, man? When they gave you your choice, you got two anyway.
Our bank had dum-dums.
Oh, dude, always rode to the bank with mom. Always.
Mm-hmm. My daughter loves going to the bank with me for that reason.
I looked.
Oh, when you
my
remember to
cousin was the
cash your
bank teller.
checks?
Good. Now you got the
When I
new pupper.
remember to cash
Bring the
check.
pupper along too. You get the dog biscuit and, oh man,
Ooh, yeah.
doubling up.
That was the best thing as a kid when my cousin was the bank teller in town. Always go to her stall because she would give you almost a whole bag of suckers.
Look at this crazy psychological deal of imprinting on children that banks did to go, nope, this is what you do. You give us your money and we give you a sucker. Oh, now free $100? It never existed anyway, so go ahead.
Here's what you're earning in interest.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I'm earning. The bank is earning a slightly larger kind of interest off of my money.
Would you like to make a donation for the holidays on your tax write-off, not ours?
I think that this deserves a proper celebration now that you are officially account holders in Galaadluuran. I do love a good celebration. We should really grab some more drinks, shouldn't we? We have so many affairs to discuss, and quite frankly, I don't feel like going on whatever adventuring it is that you all do. Do you have like a list? Like what? How does it really work? Yeah, I've never, to be honest with you, I've really never sat down and discussed what. And if it, do you just walk into danger and hope that it pays, or like, you have some like altruistic creed as the merry band of miscreants now that you formed? That I need to know more about this. Really, everyone here only does things because they get paid.
Times. Sometimes things have a way of working out and sending you to somewhere you didn't necessarily expect to wind up. I wound up here. There's plenty that I've done that I haven't gotten a bit of coin over.
You know my outlook on it. It's sometimes it's the gods and their will, destiny or fate, and sometimes it's just the test that they're throwing at you next. And I know you disagreed when we last spoke of this, so. But you also have a unique way of looking at fate itself, it seems.
Let's put it this way. Luck is mostly the crossroads between hard work and opportunity. But occasionally, every squirrel or monkey will find a nut or a banana.
I like all those.
Exactly.
Case in point.
The threads are infinite. You can get lost looking at them. quite easily. What I'm so curious about is where your faith lies.
Well, I would say I'm on a new path recently. I can not really place it 100% yet because I don't think I've been shown the way. But I can only tell you what I know from my past experience, of my past life.
Heavy. I think we'll do that over a beverage, shall we?
You might need a few. It's quite a tale.
But there'll be plenty at the Luna. Everyone have their coins, right?
Well,
Good.
Pick up the sack and ching ching.
Yes, but the important one, the one where the rest of your monies are at, that one, yes, put that in a special
That one
place.
is in my inner pocket, the special jacket pocket.
Good.
The prison pocket.
I boofed it.
No, oh God, no boofing in the really nice bank, please.
Less I know is the better at this point. Indeed, let's go. I think it's time you get acquainted. The next most special spot beside the Silver Veil. Come. Let us adventure further into the tree.
Sayun stuffs his pockets full of macaroons as he walks out the door.
Of course you would. As you all leave back outside, you can tell that the autumn season is drawing to an end. Still full of oranges and golds and yellows. Chill and winds of winter are beginning to blow through. It's that perfect light jacket weather right now. Feels comfortable in your own armor. But you can tell that the seasons and change are coming. Now, let me show you a little trick about getting ourselves to the Luna. In this case, you can come from anywhere. Doesn't matter what spoke of Galaadluuran that you're in. We all head to the Great Tree. We're going up. As this time, you depart towards the base of that massive tree. Now with evening starting to set in as we get there, this is about 6 o'clock. With plenty of sprites in tow floating upwards. You guys head into the root structure of the Great Tree. It takes about a 15-minute walk. Once you get there, the canopy of the large wooden roots folds over, easily 4 or 5 stories up above you, as you walk out into this perfectly carved wooden cathedral. Etched in the sides are unbelievable patterns and sylvish designs. Every bit of this ornate architecture fills this giant circular room and a floating large disc as big as you'll have ever seen, powered by 4 small floating green crystals on either side, slowly sets down as the exit platform of probably 20 or 30 people leave off of, but easily can hold about 50 tops. Come on, it won't bite. I promise. As you guys get onto this platform. We're not going all the way to the top, but close enough as you all begin to rise through a structure inside of the great tree, stopping only to open up as this immaculate golden glow opens up to the Luna Tavern. For the first time, you see an incredible scene of pure plant growth and wonder as it spreads out almost like a blanket, and the music hits you in the chest. A tavern decorated unlike anything that you've ever seen before. There are multitudes of style of tables and seating, but everything seems to be integrated into the great tree itself, let alone the own flora of the area of Galaadluuran mixed in. Still decorated completely to the fall season. As you guys stare back across at a massive bar that has this very, very large moth. The Luna itself tending towards the different spices, pollens, and procurements as it arranges these massive brews inside the back, all tending to the different levels of spice that Galaadluuran brings in. You can even see across the tap handles themselves are marked by the different brews in which they incorporate. There are hard kombuchas, there are different ales made of hibiscus, any kind of combination that you could dream of, there seems to be here. And just the sheer bounty of fresh fruit and vegetables that fills the air, as well as a procurement of different roast meats, fills this entire place. Welcome to the Luna, my friends.
Whoa. This
This
is
is amazing.
That's what's gonna be the word for it. Most impressive. It's gorgeous here.
Galaadluuran spares no expense. It's really up to you where you'd like to sit. We have high tops, there's bean bags, there's even just up at the bar. Around, the baby great tree, as he points up above us. Wherever would you like to go? You tell me. You're the guests.
It doesn't matter to me. One of those high top tables seems to have enough seating for everyone to gather around.
Good. Let's move to the middle of the merriment. Follow me. As Ezra will hold court on the side over here. Get ourselves a little piece of the action, shall we? as immediately there is a very young staff here, vibrant, all sylvan in nature, old Galaadluuran. And you can tell this by the fact that they are all different seasons. There are some winter Galaadluuran, there are some autumnal, there are some spring, there's some summer. It is a complete mixture. But even with that, you can see there's a little bit of tinge to just whatever season they're on that is among them. So there's some acorns and sprigs of orange and yellow maple that are about on the winter, or the summer has a little bit of that autumnal tinge to it. You can see that they somehow take on a little bit of the atmosphere that they're in, even if they are from that specific domain. As one of the Elvis waitresses comes their way, and just an absolute gorgeous girl with red hair, put up, looks like they have been working a very long shift. Young, probably very early 20s. Yes, I have some special guests with us. We're celebrating. If you could, the spread as usual. No problem, Ezra. I'll be right back. Good. Don't worry, whatever you need. This is, especially since I'm not paying for these sweets anymore, it's on me. It'll be my pleasure.
Thank you, Ezra.
That's very nice of you, Ezra.
You have at least been entertaining company on what would have probably been a very boring week, after all. That's why I was drinking by the arbor side in the first place. Why would you leave? Why would you leave this, really? Unless you really wanted a piece of the action. There's no disturbances of barely someone raising their voice. Why would you? It's immaculate here.
This is more like it. We should have came here first.
The sweet isn't the sweet without a little bit of sour. You understand now where you can go and get inspiration, but here, this, as the hookah arrives immediately, yes, yes, yes. As Ezra makes his little cakes and pies clap, yes, 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 yes. As the dankest stack of seafood finger foods. They're all cut up in perfect little toasted finger length sandwiches, but there are that smell of Old Bay seasoning and like the crab cake mixture and some very, very, very delicate smoked salmon fingerlings. It is just an awesome tower of deliciousness that is set out with some fresh hookah that has all the classic toasted vanilla of late fall, just a small hint of cinnamon. Overall, you get that French toast scent from it. The starters. We have to. It's if anyone doesn't enjoy seafood or shellfish, don't worry. I have you covered as an equal tray, but it's inversed. So this is that stack that goes up like a Christmas tree, the traditional style seafood platter. With this one, a large heated clay jar that descends down with different layers, like a crock pot. The first outer layer is Swedish meatballs, and then you go a little bit further down, there's bacon wrapped little smokies. All the while till you get to the very bottom of it, it is just a pile of candied jowl within the center. Sorry, I'm totally destroying you guys with food this session.
I just want to eat right now.
I was gonna say, Pyro is gonna eat his entire shift tonight.
Yeah.
As you can tell, it's the holidays over at the house, so there's there's a lot of foods going on. But this is Galaadluuran. It is a place of excess and satisfaction. There should be no stone unturned when it comes to your food or drink. Yes. Particularly strong hookah. This time makes me look like a amateur. He sets one of the octopi down as it has its extended out over the entire group, so everyone is a hand away if they so choose.
Kazul definitely does.
Gazul, is it anything like this where you've come from? Is this a completely new experience?
We have our own version of this. Not quite as strong as this, though. As he hits the hookah, all his eyes start to glow darker green.
Go ahead and roll a fortitude save.
This is how 40 kills this character.
This is how I killed my character in Montreal. You go to those little Lebanese cafes up there. It is not American strength. It is a whole new level.
That 20. It's close.
Almost hit that 20.
Yep.
Your eyes, your eyes change color, but you remain intact and in the game. Slightly floating, but still anchored to the table. Why don't we pick up where we left off, shall we? This searching for an inner strength. And by the way, do you have your halo, is it always exposed, or would you, I keep forgetting this.
I typically have it on all the time. I can turn it off, I just don't really do it.
Yeah. So, someone that constantly...
I can make it brighter. Like right now, it's just like the faint ring. I can
Yeah.
make it different with an ability, but
Yeah, for a person who walks around with a halo over the top of their head, you would figure they would have a clear... What should you say? Connection? Tell us more.
it got complicated. I will say that. I guess before being here, and when I say here, I mean down here, not necessarily this city, but more this plane. I was once, well, I mean, I don't know your face, but I guess what you would say angelic in nature. I came from what most would call the plane of heaven. Before I was there, that story, I couldn't even tell you how long that was, but eventually, you can get there, and somehow I did. And I rose under the Lady of Valor, the goddess Ayamidi. And she, within her army, is where I found myself as a scout, and it was quite simple at that point. It's good versus evil, very black and white. The light fights the darkness. And for a long time, that's what I did. Everything was very one-sided. And then well, every god or goddess has a code of conduct, a set of beliefs that you're not supposed to break. And while I thought I was doing the right thing on one particular mission, let's just say that I didn't do the right thing in her eyes. That's the funny thing about the gods. They're quite black or white about things. The one side, one day you're a champion, and the next moment all I knew was the halo, the wings, the righteousness itself. It was all stripped from me. I learned very quickly that one of her tenets was you never leave a comrade behind. And it was not a choice I made easily. In fact, my comrade himself, he knew what was coming and he begged me to leave him. But it's still very black or white. It's a tenet. So on my return to the heavens after that mission gone wrong, I was stripped of my being, or everything I knew. And I fell. And I woke up here on this plane. And I don't know if it was a small act of mercy or maybe just dumb luck, but a woman found me and nursed me back to health, even though she didn't know who I was or where I had come from. A lesson in humanity, I guess. And it was with her that I learned the art of your medicine, mortal medicine. It was a lot simpler before. You could just channel divine energy into a wound and that kind of took care of it. But without those powers, I had to learn how to do it your way. And for a while, I wasn't sure where I was going or what I was doing, but I did hear, after many nights of prayer, a voice that kind of gave me guidance, and that's how I ended up here. So my faith is, I don't really know what God is leading me now. The voice is not Iamidi, but I have a hunch based on certain things that I may know who it is through what he's asked me to do. But at this point, I think I just have to follow blindly to try to reclaim my honor. Maybe someday get back to my home.
Well, whoever it is obviously believes you enough. As he points up to the top of your head.
I did reclaim that. So far. I have a hunch it's the old stag god, which is funny because as much as he is about doing good, he's very not black or white. He doesn't believe in the Holy Crusade as Iamidi did, but more taking care of your band and your family. And that's why I think, well, looking at a bar like this as it's very Sylvan in nature, it all makes sense.
Being in tune with yourself and nature, you won't find any shortage of followers of the great old stag. It's probably couldn't have led you to a place more in tune with such a deity.
Well, that's why I went to the chapel the other day. I kind of put two and two together and remembering what the voice had said and seeing the city it had led me to. I made a prayer to, not to Iamidi, but to Aristil. And it must have worked because I believe he's heard my prayer and has granted me, well, that bow of light that I can now summon. It's made of staghorn itself, it seems. And if that's not a sign.
Indeed.
So while I don't know if you will mock someone for believing in faith or not, but that's all I have left at this point. Otherwise, I'm just down here wandering without purpose.
And quite opposite of that. Your fate led you here. If you don't mind sometime, I would love to see what the cards say about you. That choice has to be yours.
I can only put in the work at this point. But I do know if this is a test or a way to regain the Lady of Valor's favor, there are tenets that cannot be broken.
And the question is, do you want them? Is that what you want to be? You've descended into the world of choices now. Well, I know that might be new to you.
That's why it's perplexing. If I was to take up Iamidi's cause again, it's again black and white. It's the crusade against evil, but Air still has... He doesn't want any part of that war. He's the god of community and families, the farming, the community, that kind of thing.
I think you'll understand the further time that you stay here. The more you're going to walk away from this world understanding that very little is black and white.
Yeah, so that's the confusing part. Black and white was easy.
Indeed.
Choices. That makes it hard.
Ezra's going to let his true nature on his hands reveal themselves as very old and long, sharp, spiked fingernails out on the ends. Not exactly accepted in most places. But why not? Why can't I be civilized like the rest as it goes back to normal? With his black, red, and silver painted nails. Go ahead and make a roll. And this can be all of you. This would be underneath occultism or society, your choice. Very fitting. Kilwraith?
Got it. I just had an ability that I wasn't sure if it would fit in here. I don't think it will.
Very fitting. It doesn't connect the dots for the rest of you except for Kazul, which is incredibly familiar with both hags and changelings. Being from the Great Swamp. For the first time, Kazul, you realize you are closer in nature to Ezra than anyone else at the table. As while you bear the biology of the swamp wherever you go, you understand the nature is the opposite for the changeling, which is a child of hags. And now you can connect the dots for the first time between the silver and the red eye. That they're split between the nature of a much, much more civilized path within the silver eye and the rage of a blood hag in the red. How do you respond, Kazul?
Ezra, that mark on your hand.
Yeah, well, no. So different after all. We just wear it a bit differently. We'll make a choice. And since I wasn't given one at birth, I so choose to make mine this way. Zul, you would understand that him bringing his father's sword is more than just protectionary. That to become a children of hags, that there is a good chance that he lost his father in this process. Or never knew them at all.
Can you tell me about your father?
Like a lot of things in the swamp. Not everything gets a happy ending or a beginning. This was the only thing that was left. It's the only connection to him that I have, as he pulls the blade out and sets it across the table. Only one to make inferences that possibly he was there hunting him some sorts. A silvered blade, runes, protections against fey magic. I think we can put 2 and 2 together and find out that him and my mother didn't exactly see eye to eye. And one of her anti-charm abilities that this sword once had obviously wasn't strong enough to fend off my mother. Unfortunately, you don't get that choice. So when I was old enough to understand my existence, I grew to despise her for the manipulating monster that she is. For the rest of you, when you're created in this manner, it's a rather nasty process. But you do have a choice eventually. And that's where me and Dresden separate ours. I took the only connection to my father that I had, and I ran. Ran far, far away from that hateful place. And that's how I got to Galaadluuran. But you see, you can't separate yourself so easily from the hag. You get all the wonderful things that accompany it. Some like to call it a curse. Others call you an oracle. All depends on how the eye sees it. So I wear this as what I choose to be. I take back. But I can still dip in to what makes me a monster if I need to. But you see, this is a place that accepts both sides as easily as my brother Dresden walks these streets as a fey vampire. In his incredibly twisted and warped mind, there still is a level of civility. And while he may be up to his usual tricks, he is a strong and powerful individual. And to challenge him would be to challenge a part of myself. That day has not come. Maybe that day will never come. In the end, I feel sadness for him more than I do anything else. Because it is my mother's head that I will put to that blade someday. That's what matters the most, really. So you see, Kellerate, that's not that different. We all wander into Galaadluuran for some reason. It's like a magnet, it draws us here. Lost souls, entrepreneurs, adventurers. All looking for something, the great spoke, the wheel, that spins us off and slings us in different directions. Or it's simply the chaos that we desire to be in the middle of that wheel that makes some of us stay. Either way, it is a home and can be a home to all, regardless of whether you look like you stepped out of the swamp or the ivory tower as he looks over at Kazul. It is home. As the servants bring several bottles of fresh wine ranging from rosés to dark reds to Sauvignon Blancs and buttery Chardonnays. Pours himself a glass. So, he takes a long pull off the hookah. Who else is here to cry about the past?
Well, I will say, Galaadluuran is the first place I've been accepted as not some freak.
Welcome to a place where you are probably not the freakiest thing that you will see all day.
Where I'm from, I'm hunted for being the freak.
Everyone is hunted in the swamp. It's a pecking order of nature.
Well, hunted by those outside the swamp as well.
I don't understand, though. You're well spoken. Your armor is crisp. Look at you. You obviously have a layer of society and civility within you. What great resources does your kingdom hold? Kazoo, what do they want to take from you?
Not so much taken from us, it's just we're different. We're the weird. And sure, there might be precious gemstones, precious resources in the swamp. But we're
Wouldn't be the
too
first
proud.
time someone wanted to eliminate another because they don't understand. I feel for you, my friend. There are not many of your kind that seem to travel elsewhere. You should consider changing that. Friends and allies. Those are the things that help stave off the others. Let yourself be known. Trade can change a lot of attitudes. The swamp likes to keep to itself and hold its secrets. It's exactly what condemns itself in the long run. I hope you find this peace that you're looking for your people. No one deserves to be hunted.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and you're far more interesting than malevolent. Remember that. What about the rest of you?
I mean, if we're talking about facades, I think we all have learned to put up some type of facade to travel in this world.
That's right, Mora. You have missed a rather large detail about our friend.
Huh?
Kuma will take his rifle off and set it on the table in front of everybody. And you'll just see him take a really deep sigh as he drops his shape into his natural form. And in front of you will appear to be a little bit smaller, like adolescent style jumping spider, light gray in color, with a big bird face on his abdomen. His mustache will grow out into the fangs in front of his mouth, and he'll wave them at you.
Pleasure to meet you. What? That's truly a facade.
Only in Galaadluuran.
Feels nice being in one's own skin for a while.
Thank you for trusting us to be your true self.
Comes in quite handy when he scampers up the sides of walls and structures.
Or turkeys.
Or turkeys. Large ones.
It's pretty good for jumping and running. It's just not great when I want to hold on to things. Doesn't make me any stronger than what I normally am. And I don't think I can climb a wall like this.
Why Galaadluuran?
Running, honestly. Kuma will shift his top half back into his humanoid form and pick up the rifle. My family were keepers of this rifle. It was going to be my sister's duty to take care of it, but she was a spoiled brat, and I just couldn't watch her abuse it. She never maintained it. She didn't care about the family history. But that's what our society does. It's the firstborn females of every hatch take on and are supposed to respect the weapon of our ancestors and of our hatch. And she didn't. So I decided that I was going to take it. And I was going to take care of our family's ancestry. And leave. Because my family would not understand that, since I was not born female.
Seems we're all running from something. You fit in more with the bar at the Arbor than what you know.
Can't lose history. You can't set it aside and let it collect dust. You don't learn the lessons from it.
Indeed. There will be a lot of individuals very interested in the black powder that you carry. But this world is full of might and magic. Not many possess the artification it requires to maintain such a weapon. Both the fact that you've incorporated different levels of arcane ammunition. We'll put it this way. We'll keep a tight grip on any of your firearms. Also on your own lips.
They're more precious to me than I can state in words. This is my ancestry. This is my family.
That I think we can both agree on as he Balance is the hilt of that sword. Even if some of us can wield it much more proficiently. Caleb, would you be the only one that's not running from something here? Actually looking to trade and sell in Galaadluuran and then ended up with a bunch of us slups?
Oh. That was my plan. Was to find business. I mean, running from something, I feel like everyone's running from something in their past. I had a life before I was here, and after watching all of that crumble, burst into flames, much like my bed this morning, or this afternoon.
I understand it now.
Just try to start over.
An entrepreneur that self-combusted more than once. Admiration to wake up and try over and over again. It is the only thing that you can do as a businessman. I commend that. Your potions do seem to be of strength. I don't know, maybe you should just work that arm out a little bit more. Maybe, have you thought about throwing them underhanded? I understand it's not it's not the same, and it's not as glorious, but it'd be significantly more accurate.
It's kind of, why I got the fancy crossbow too. I thought that might help.
Oh,
But
that's right.
That piece of shit,
Oh,
Yeah,
that
you
didn't
need
work either.
maybe Kumo can look at that crossbow because that thing seemed to fall apart last time you pulled the trigger.
that's right.
So much fell apart as it explode apart, but
Yeah, that is what happens when you deal solvents of the strength that you do. But damn when it hits.
What
Or-
would be the... Did you burn down your previous life by errant potions?
well, there's a few people complained about the potions, a few lawsuits, and that took a good chunk of my business, and then, the ex-wife took the other chunk. So here I am.
Now it's making sense.
But I still stand by the potions. It was not the potions' fault. It's operator error, I believe.
It's a journey. You really would benefit a lot for a meeting with Luna back behind the bar. They have an incredible waiting list of individuals that want to speak to them. But I don't think anyone nearly as advanced as you have tried. You could learn an incredible amount from that old moth. I would highly recommend it.
Do that.
Probably ingredients and simple formulas that others have never seen before. Like I said, if you can't procure it in Galaadluuran, where can you procure it? It would be certainly worth your time.
If anything, maybe I could make my potions smell better. It smells amazing in here.
That would be an improvement for you. And the whole MBM. More. Were you contracted to be a mercenary work for anyone inside the city? And if you can't say, I understand, but not many individuals with your martial prowess arrive here untethered. Is this something you're not telling us?
Takes a big drag off the hookah and just exhales this perfect spiral up into the air.
God damn, she's so cool.
I think I'm the only one who's not running. I'm chasing something. I got myself here. Unexpected. Especially from how far away I came. But I heard rumor that the child might be here. Someone who knows the movements of the child. I don't have another face. I don't have any mystical powers, but I was given a second chance at life. From the boneyard. I don't know if any of you would have even heard it.
This is your
Not in
second
this
time.
realm.
Your skin routine is flawless.
I know. There are some perks. Definitely some perks. But my skills come to me. I hone them. I've been honing them for a long time. I don't know how long I've been in this body, to be honest. But I've come to try to find something that shouldn't exist. An absolute abomination. As Pharasma's most prized champion, she trusted me to be on my own with the trusty small bat cat sometimes, who tends to interfere. Cat right now, I can't. I got it. Like, this is ridiculous. But no, I've definitely picked up a bit of mercenary work on my travels. You know, I don't have an unending purse. That's nice. But it's taken me to some beautiful and strange locations. But Galaadluuran, unlike anything else that I've seen.
This child that you speak of, you don't know if they're still here or not?
No. The problem is with the child is they change. The child is a lich. An absolute abomination. Hell-bent on having stolen an item of Rasmus. There's nothing worse than the undead. The child took a face of a very important child that had been in Pharasma's life. It's her choice where someone goes when they die. No one can interfere. And this thing took it upon themselves. So I've been trying to find them.
Fine. Now, there's no shortage of twists and turns here. I will say this. Be careful of your black and white lines when it comes to the undead. There might just be someone who surprises you. But as far as my brother, if you want to purge him at any point in time, please be my guest.
Yeah. My greatest task is just the wake of carnage that this thing has left in its wake. Wiping out towns. I don't.
Understandable. They quest for eternal life pays a mighty price. And let's be
Yes.
honest, nothing is supposed to last forever.
Exactly.
Even if some of us do have second and third chances, it is the finality that makes us live our lives. Sayun,
As you look over, Sayun's leaning back in the chair, and it's just on the back legs, and his feet are up on the table, and he's stirring his chocolatini.
I do enjoy seeing you enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Ezra. It means a lot.
The question
Well-
I have for you, though,
Uh-huh.
did you know anything about Galaadluuran before you arrived here? And
Well, I guess to answer that, I gotta go back to the tournament. I've told you that Ruby Phoenix tournament, I got second place. I was very angry. And I've had a gift ever since I was young. It was with me from birth, as far as I know. That's what Grandpa tells me. And he takes the cloth and lays it on the table and opens up to the branch. If you see these on the side of it, as he points directly at the runes, this branch is directly from the mountain of Balmino itself. Where Aragda, creator of Alvanar, is from. After I lost that tournament, I denounced Ragda. I was wondering why I had this gift. In my anger, I held it above my head, and I was about to break it on my knee. And as I brought it down, at that time, Sayun will flip it straight up and slam it on the ground. It turns into his bow staff. This hit me on the knee. And then his eyes start to turn pure white. And he goes into that state that you've seen him so many times whenever he's battle focused, when everyone thinks he's about to rage, and his voice becomes calmer. And I heard a voice, and it sounded like this. It's the voice of Ragda himself. He's able to be reborn into any Vanara he chooses. And he chose not to this time. But he told me, use this branch, take my power. Don't turn your back on your people. And I've been traveling ever since. And it reverts back to the branch, and he puts it back on the cloth. I'm just trying to get experience. Ragda wants all of his children to have fun, adventure. As he grabs the hookah, and he's never smoked a day in his life. A Ragdan tries anything at least once, and we'll gladly tell you the story of how it went wrong at least twice. That's how I ended up here, Ezra. I'm experiencing life. I may not be the rebirth of Ragdia, but I can be his aspect. I can use that. He gives us a gift of rebirth ourselves as Venara, if we so choose. I don't know if I've ever been reborn before. I don't even know who my parents are. I just know my grandpa. He found me. And this branch. So what I can do is I could share my life with the rest of you. So to say I kind of ended up here would be accurate. But it's also inaccurate, you know? We all were meant to be here. Just like your cards. Fate may be on the cards. But we kind of make it ourselves too, you know? And he sits back down.
Fear not. You may have come to the one place where competition is always right around the corner.
He
And
raises his
obviously,
chocolatini.
a never-ending need to spend their money from the Bank of Galaadluuran on champions. Change of seasons is near. So will come with new competition. I feel the fate has brought you here for more than one reason. Ezra will have a large smile on his face. I guess we'll let time tell that story. But let's talk about one thing that we all share. This. And he'll lower his voice down across the table. Theris Galaadluuran problem. We've all seen something that we can't take back. There's plenty of people that find themselves disappearing from Galaadluuran that have been involved with them. I'll be dead honest with all of you. I've never seen Theris myself. No one I know has seen Theris. We only live in the wake of their decisions. We've seen creatures that were intended for trade that should not have been. The laws that do exist here strictly prevent the trafficking of such. Now we have all become accomplices, shall you say. And that is a problem. I don't know how to take back our independence from this. I don't know where to start with even seeking them in the first place. It's probably best that we don't. But I don't think it'll be very long before it manifests itself again. My brother's an asshole. But he generally doesn't have the acumen or the access to spring little traps like that inside the Silver Veil. From what I've always known, Theris deals in notes, both monetary and written. Be prepared for individuals that may even seem, shall we say, some sort of empathy to our cause, to turn on a dime. For Dresden, that was easy. The fates seem to lead to a similar note. I do not know. I don't have confirmation. I haven't taken enough time, and I certainly haven't had it. But we need to be careful. And I'll be honest, whatever your goals were here before, severing this connection should be the first. Because while you think you may be able to leave Galaadluuran, and this curse not follow you, you haven't done your homework. There's Galam can make you disappear wherever you go. Because those notes pay anywhere. I don't know what to do next. But I know this. We need to start asking questions. Follow our lead. My brother's involvement first. He came from that damn ship. So you can make the assumption already that they owe a debt to Theris. If he's supervising shipments, illegal animals inside, out, the Fae into the material. Let's put it this way. That's not both of our styles. That's far too much work. Something else is going on here. You need to find out what else is happening on that ship. We're already condemned to our knowledge. What'll it be if we poke a little bit further? What do you say? We do a little investigating.
I'd say
It
that's
could be.
what has to be done here. As a former scout, that's information is one of the most important things in any battle.
Indeed.
I'm all about pulling on a web.
You, this entire group and these puns, you kill me.
I shall endeavor to investigate to the best of my class's abilities. Literally.
I need perception
May help.
checks out of everyone. Go ahead, Mara.
It may help kick up what I've been looking for.
Let's go.
Oh, got her.
31,
Go
30.
Nat 20.
Yeah, that big nat 20.
Kumo,
I put my back to the door.
you and Sayun feel the cold shift. It's
I
almost
also
as
got a
if,
31.
and Kelwraith, as the winds of winter blow through this tavern and the final leaves fall up above, and there is a smash from the balcony above as two massive silverbacks slam down in procession. And you can see a long red carpet is drawn out as the entire tavern begins to change its nature into winterish form. So about those change of seasons, Sayun, you see the Gorilla King walk up and over with scepter in hand. I believe it's time for Frostfall competition a bit sooner than we realized. As you can hear those gorillas as they line up and everyone watches their procession. I think you'll be getting action sooner than later, Sayun.
Sayun will stand up. Hi, cousins. And he'll grab his staff.
And that is where we will pick up next week.
Oh my god.
No.
Man.
We get a little bit of Frostfall action, baby.
As soon as you said silverbacks, I smiled.
So I just now looked at the top of the map at the actual moth.
Oh, you did? You hadn't seen Luna up at the top?
No.
You didn't go all the way up?
No, I didn't. I was just hovering above
I
us
was
on the.
wondering why Kazul never talked to her.
And now Luna was like this beautiful bright gold in autumn.
Oh my god.
And now
that is
she's
so
gone this
amazing.
iridescent white for winter.
So, now Kazul's in love. He's out of this fight.
Moth mommy.
Moth mommy.
I'll give you
I mean, look how long that tongue is that she's full on skirt. Yeah, see, look how beautiful.
Oh yeah. That is amazing.
when they dropped
Like,
the
'cause
variations of this map, I was like, oh, we still have to go in like in autumn. I was like, even though we're going into Frostfall, I was like, okay, this is how we will handle this.
This map is unreal. It is so
Oh,
beautiful, and
absolutely.
like, and the winter version.
So good. Oh, great RP session, everybody. We're
Yeah.
back in it. People know their purposes, why they're there, what's going on, and kind of go with the flow of the city. We got our first martial arts tournament inside Frostfall.
Wow.
I can't
You
wait
are
for this.
Martial arts.
That's all you, Sayun. Let's go,
I'm much
little
excited.
buddy.
Much
I'm
excited.
gonna give you the best pep talk ever, because
Oh,
You
We're-
make that monkey.
we're all getting drawn into it.
oh yeah, oh for sure.
I'm excited. But that'll be the end for this week as folks got to take off. But we get to pick up hopefully at a nice early time here next week and get to have both big RP and action next week. Thank you all. We'll see you then.
Love you guys.